What's up, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Welcome to your November tarot forecast. There's a lot happening here, okay? I feel like something feels a little bit like a few steps backwards, and I think that's because you are just cleaning up some older energies in your life. I also feel like a lot of you are really recognizing that there are some commitments that you have made, and I feel like you want to break them. You want to get your name off that lease. You want to get out of that relationship. Maybe there was a collaboration. You're like, I want to unbuckle. Oh no. There's an overall energy here of you really needing to prioritize yourself. And I think that maybe the struggle is that there is a new world that is opening up for you, and there's this new chapter, there's these new opportunities, there's new ways of doing things, but you are still with one foot in the past and one foot in the future, and you're trying to balance two very different worlds. So it could feel like you need to really establish strong boundaries with maybe old friends from the past who are trying to convince you to go back to doing whatever they're doing, or maybe it's like a job that you feel ready to just leave, and the boss is trying to convince you to stay, and they're negotiating and they'll pay you more money and all these things, but in your gut you just know that this is not the job for you. You want to move forward in a new way. So I think maybe being pulled in both directions could be sort of fucking with your mind a little bit. Now, I feel like your values are changing, and maybe what you wanted last year, 2 years ago, how you were living your life, how you were prioritizing yourself, what kind of relationships you were prioritizing, the people in your life. It's I feel like there's this unplugging. It's no, I'm unplugging from this. I don't want to invest into these situations. I don't want to invest into these structures, these habits, these belief systems. I don't want to continue behaving like that. I feel like there's really this rebalancing taking place right now, which is beautiful and it's really helpful. But because you're still a little bit one foot in the past and one foot in the future, you feel like it's just challenging sometimes. And that's okay, because change is not easy. Change is preferred. Change is good. Change is the point of life in general, but it doesn't make it easy, especially if some of you are dropping old habits that you've been, doing for a long time. It's a challenge for sure. I also feel really just reevaluating, who am I? What do I want from myself? If you're sort of reviewing how you've been involved in collaborations or business partnerships, maybe your work, your clients, your relationships, your friends, if you were to sort of review them all over the past, 2 to 5 years, so much of these things, I feel like now they don't resonate with you. I feel like there are so many new doors that are opening, and with every new door that opens, another door has to close, because you can't have both. You don't have enough energy for both. I feel like a lot of you are just not interested in both. It's you want to move forward in a new way, and that's beautiful, and it's a good thing. And for a lot of people, they won't understand you. This is something that there's this inner voice, this intuitive knowing that you just need to trust, you need to follow. And when you prioritize other people's expectations of who they think you are, or what they want from you, or how they expect you to behave, when you prioritize that and you have to put on a mask and you have to play the character for them, I don't think you can do that anymore. I think that you're gonna notice you are so fucking drained by that kind of mask wearing. It's just you don't wanna do that anymore. And you don't feel bad speaking up for yourself. I feel like you really need to do the Aquarius thing and just detach, because Aquarius has an amazing talent. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter, but you have the ability to detach. So how can you recognize the people, the things, the projects that just don't align with your future, that don't benefit you, that don't feel good for you anymore? And how can you detach from that? Now, on the other side of the coin, it's a little bit challenging because Aquarius is fixed air, and fixed anything, fixed earth, water, whatever, fixed energy, it can get a little bit stuck. It can pretend like we don't care, but we still care. We still maybe are a little bit addicted to these situations or behaviors or whatever. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm not saying that to make you feel bad about yourself. That's not the point. The point is that I'm here to help you figure out how to navigate your life in an easier way. And it's really important that you can recognize that part of you, because you have fixed energy in your field, it means that it's easy for you to get a little bit stuck or addicted to the right things or the wrong things. And I feel like when you decide to recognize that maybe there's a little bit of an attachment to something, and you consciously or unconsciously continue to invest into that attachment, when you recognize that you are deciding to invest, it means you have the power to pull out that investment and reinvest it into something else. So that is what's really positive and helpful about you recognizing that there's a little bit of an attachment to something. And when you recognize it and then you say, okay, clearly I see this, clearly I'm investing into it, I can take that investment out and I can invest it into something else. And that's beautiful. That is how we alchemize and we move through life. Now, under this new moon in Scorpio, because we are having a new moon in Scorpio right now. And this is the first new moon after eclipse season, which means that we just started a new 6-month cycle, okay? We just started a new 6-month cycle. How you use this energy under this first new moon of that 6-month cycle is really important, because that's going to set the tone for how you work with this energy for the next 6 months. So, Two of Cups, the Empress. You are calling in new connections, or you are reconnecting in new ways, okay? You are calling in new collaborations. You are calling in new connections, romance, partnerships, love, friends, family, work. New connections are coming. Or the connections from the past, or something about a connection that you're currently experiencing, needs to be adjusted and rebalanced, and that potentially still can have success, but it's really important that you understand something about this old connection or these new connections. It needs to be different. It needs to be balanced in a new way. So how do you do that? You need to set the intentions, okay? You need to clear your energy. I can help you with both of those things. That's what I do in the new moon workshop. Okay, I'm gonna add it right here, and you can pay whatever you want. It's donation based. It's a 25-minute home video. But under this new moon in Scorpio, like, you can't continue to drive yourself crazy about the things that you don't wanna invest into. And here's that Scorpio energy right there, okay? The more you continue to invest into things that don't make you feel good, the crazier you're gonna make yourself. You're just gonna go crazy and crazy and crazy and crazy. It's not gonna be good. When you decide to use this energy to invite in that new Ace of Cups, to reestablish your foundation and your connections, okay? When you decide to use this energy under a new moon in Scorpio, which is very powerful. Scorpio is one of the most powerful energies in the zodiac, okay? Like, This Ace of Cups is inviting in new opportunities for you to establish your foundations and structures. Maybe some of you are thinking about moving or starting a business or launching a new program of some kind. It's like new products, new collaborations, new projects. I just feel like this Ace of Cups, this is definitely new relationships for some of you too. Like new relationships or reconnecting with a person in a new way. But this is so beautiful and it's helpful, but you can't do that when you continue to think about the past, get stuck in the past, and invest into the past. So use this energy under this new moon in Scorpio to set your intentions for the next 6 months and see how you just take off in new ways. You will expand in new ways, but you can't do it alone, okay? So use that Ace of Cups. Use this Ace of Cups. It's an invitation. It's a new start, new moon, go. Click right here. Click and watch the new moon in Scorpio. You can pay whatever you want. I literally don't care. Just watch it. It is so helpful. I promise, especially if you're still here because this is resonating, okay? I love you, Aquarius. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. I will see you very soon. Go and watch the workshop now. Like now. I just saw 11:11 on the clock. Go.